Hello, welcome back to episode 2. Welcome back if you were here before. Welcome back if you're new to the podcast. If this is your first episode, welcome. My name is Jada. This is Here to Bloom. I think that's the name I'm deciding on. That's the one that just keeps coming through my head, So, yeah, got my water bottle. We got my cozy little corner. And today I want to talk about high school. So I am a sophomore, and my first year of high school, I wasn't very prepared. I didn't really know what to be preparing for. I didn't know there was anything to prepare for, honestly, because all my friends were in the grade below me, and so I didn't really have anybody to talk to about going into high school. And I think now that they're all going into high school this year and they've been talking about it and like how they're preparing, I'm like, oh, should I be preparing in that way? And so I have been a little bit. I've started to like think about it more and started to be like, okay, let's get excited actually, because it's a big part of your life. And I think it's something that you should be excited for. Like, why not, I guess. And so I have a few bullet points of how to make high school really great. And obviously, I haven't even started my sophomore year of high school. I don't have all the answers. I mean, I feel like that's a given, just in general. But these were some things that came to mind that I feel like are going to make me at least a little bit more confident about high school. And I wanted to share them with anybody listening or anybody watching and see how it landed with you. See if you liked it or not. Okay. My first thing that I wanted to talk about was just school, academics, because this feels like the biggest thing for me, or not the biggest thing, but like the biggest block, where it's like I'm scared about the schoolwork they're going to give us. I'm scared of it being hard. I'm scared of homework. Like, no, thank you. I don't want that. And I'm just like scared of doing bad academically. And so that always feels like a block because then I don't feel like I can move past into like the fun stuff of high school if that's always on my mind. So this year, last year was great for me academically. Like, I wasn't super stressed out. I had a study hall, which helped because like at the beginning of the year, my classes were all like confuzzled. They were all like, something happened where I was like gonna take some online, and then I actually was like, oh, this isn't gonna work if I take these online, so I decided to take them in person. And then I had to like move my schedule around, and then I just got a study hall out of nowhere, and then it was good, and it was freshman year, so it was pretty easy. I don't know, just like my experience of it was pretty easy. Not saying that that's everyone's, but yeah, I was very grateful about that. I have heard sophomore year is where it starts to get a little scary, but then like what I try to remind myself, at least, and maybe this is helpful for anybody listening, is just like that was their experience of it, like it doesn't need to be my experience too. And maybe they struggled with that, but that doesn't mean I have to. So I've kind of just like set the intention because I believe like we're guided by a higher force. There's something higher that's guiding us. I'm not like, we don't need to get into this that much, but I don't know, that's kind of like where my mind's at, of like, if it's meant to be challenging, I'll be able to like deal with the challenge when it comes, sort of. And it really doesn't serve me. Yeah, it doesn't serve me at all to worry about it when it's still summer, when it's still nice out, and I'm already like scared for high school because of the academics. So kind of just like trying to set the intention like, oh, let's like have it be easy. Let's have it be fun. Let's learn. I feel like if you go into academics and just like all the classes, because like there's classes you have to take, like biology was one freshman year, algebra, we're going to have to take chemistry, something called AP Huge, just like stuff like that, you have to take that. It's required to like graduate. So it's just like play the game, do the things you have to do. And totally lost my train of thought for a second. Did not know where that was going. Oh, thank God it's back. But is it back? Oh, just like go in with like, hey, I want to learn something. Because I feel like when you go in with that mindset, the good grades follow, because you're actually like trying to learn the content, you're trying to do your best because you actually like care about like growing your mind, growing what expanding, yeah, like all the words for that, the synonyms, just like you want to learn. And I feel like that's a good mindset when it comes to academics, and then just like let it be how it's meant to be. So that's what I'm doing this year at least. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, that was my first point. My second point, what order do I want to do these in? I don't think it really matters. Let's just talk about clothes because that's a really big thing for me. I feel like some other people can relate with that. Clothes, outfits, what you're gonna wear, it's such a big part of life in general, especially when it comes to school. And this was one of like, they were kind of stressing me out, This was like something I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? Like, I don't know if I have outfits that I want to wear. And I want to wear cute outfits, like I want to look good, I want to feel good, all the things. So I think some things, if anybody's struggling with this, that I think could help. I might be too lazy to do this, honestly, sometimes, but sometimes you get creative, get in that mode. Make a Pinterest like aesthetic, like an aesthetic style board. Go look through Pinterest, like look of like, oh, this is kind of like what I want my style to be like in high school. I will say I tried to do this one time for like a job thing. Did not really work very well. So maybe just like going with like what feels good, Like I'm thinking of like going and shopping. Sorry if that did not make sense at all. But if you're going shopping somewhere and you're like, just really like feel like, is this something I want to get? And maybe this is just like a me thing of like when I go shopping, sometimes it's like, I want to get this, but I don't know if I fully like it. So maybe that's just something I struggle with and that I just need to know. But, yeah, like what are outfits that make you happy? This kind of like ties into something I definitely want to talk about later and just like the mindset of high school. But I think it's like high school is a part of your life. It doesn't mean it is your life. And I know that it can feel like that, and that like sometimes, just for me, let's just like speak from my point of view. You want to like, you don't want to embarrass yourself, I think that's where I was coming from, is like, I don't want to do anything that could like detrimentally ruin my life. And I think what's cool, because I came from a private school where there was like absolutely nobody there. It was like 200 kids from ages like 4 to 15, I think. Maybe 3 to 2 to 15. I don't know. There was like 200 kids in the whole school. I graduated with 5 other kids. So to go from that to like one of the largest high schools in the state was like different, And so it kind of like, it never felt like there was time where you could like be alone or be by yourself. And even if like you're not the sole focus of people's attention, it still felt like you could always be seen, you could always be made fun of, you could always be judged. And I think what like, at least what that made me realize is like, life's always going to be that way, There's always going to be people, whether they're on the street, whether they're at your job, whether they're like whatever part of life you're in, there are going to be people who are going to judge you. And I know people say this all the time, but like that's a reflection of themselves, and how you deal with that judgment, I think, is a really good life skill and life lesson. Yeah. And I think something that like good mindset for me, at least, is like high school's part of, I know I said this before, but just like, I just like how it feels, like high school is part of your life. It isn't your life, so you get to do whatever you want. I like the mindset of like, you only live once, so like, what do you want to do? What makes you happy? And really the like mindset headspace of the only person you need to like make happy in your life is you, because you're the only person in your life. It's actually so funny. I have like this little like mindfulness calendar, and today the quote is, the most important relationship in your life is the relationship you have with yourself, because no matter what happens, you will always be with yourself, by Dion Dan Von, ooh, Furstenberg. Okay, I did not plan that. That is so cool. That's really cool. Um, yeah, and I think that's just such a like a good way to come at it. Um, I think I didn't finish everything I want to say about cute outfits. My friend inspired me to do this because she was doing it, and then I was like, ooh, that's a good idea, you know? Um, but she was saying, like, I'm gonna take pictures of my clothes. So, like, I don't actually remember what she called it, but like, I'm making an album just in like photos where I take photos of different outfits that I have that I like put together. I did a lot of them this afternoon because I went shopping at Goodwill and it was so much fun. I got like really cute clothes. I got this skirt that I'm wearing. You can't really see it. But it made me really happy. I'm so grateful my dad took me to do that because it was a lot of fun. And usually I don't like have a lot of fun shopping sometimes. I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know, it ebbs and flows, but that's besides the point, I feel like, at this point. um, but yeah, like take photos of your outfits, and then she was saying like if I just like don't know what to wear, I'll look back on these photos and get inspiration from it. And I really like it. So I kind of stole that idea from her. I copied her, and I'm gonna do it too. And now I'm spreading the wisdom because I think it's really smart. I think she's really smart for doing that. I think these next two things kind of go together. I'll talk about like athletics and clubs first. It all kind of comes back. I've been really like playing and like, I don't know. I've been really like testing out and just like trying to put my mind and ingrain in my head like this YOLO mindset of like you only live once, like do the things you want to do, try new things, like make your life like full of experiences, you know? If life if life is a game and the point is experiences. I don't even know where I was going with that, honestly, but I think that's been really fun for me lately. And so last year I didn't do any clubs just because there were no clubs that really like interested me. But I think athletics and clubs are really, 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 I don't actually know the word I'm looking for right now, but they're really like successful. I don't know the word I'm looking for. They're really good at like helping you make friends, new experiences. Athletics help you like move your body, which is so important for you. Yeah, and I just like think it's really cool that high schools like some high schools don't offer all those things, but the high school I'm going to, they have so many clubs, so many different athletics, and so it's kind of just like just for me, just like do whoa. I'm like losing my words right now. This is a little scary. Try new things, basically. And last year I didn't do any clubs because there weren't any that like interested me, but maybe, and it comes back to the thing, I was scared about not having time to do my work, and get my academics done. But I'd say find things you enjoy, find things you think you should do, because I know a lot of people like would do clubs because they think it looks good for like colleges, which I don't look into a lot of colleges honestly and like what they think would be super interesting. But I'm also like not super set on the college path. So my future is pretty open, and so I don't really have a lot of like, I'm not really hard on myself of what I need to do right now, so I'm not pushing myself into a bunch of clubs. I feel like that's besides the point. I feel like we should like do clubs because we want to do them, and that's at least the mindset I'm trying to go into, and maybe it'll backfire for me in the future. Who knows? We're here for that. But yeah, I think it's really cool. Just like find things you enjoy, find things that sound interesting to you. And maybe like you have a friend who's doing a club and then you join because maybe it sounds interesting. Maybe you like don't know what other clubs to do. I might try to join a club sophomore year. I might, honestly. We'll see. I want to find one that actually sounds interesting to me though, because a lot of them like just didn't, I guess. Okay, this video, I can see like the time. It is getting long. I was not expecting, or I wasn't like, I didn't want to make another long video because I know my introduction video was kind of long, and when I was listening back on it, I was like, why is this taking so long, you know? But here we are again at 15 minutes, but that's okay. Hopefully this one's a little bit more interesting because I actually have a plan and things that I'm talking about. And I have a mic, and it just feels more professional, and I like it. In my little cozy corner. Okay, the last thing. Here, I'm gonna take a sip of water first. I love water. That's why it's a really big water bottle. I love it so much. The last thing, I feel like this might be one of the more important things. Make friends. I know people talk about this all the time, but if my life has taught me anything, it's the importance of friendships. Oh, truly, honestly, truly, all the things. I feel like, especially like the right friends, you know, because I think you can get caught up in, but I think they all teach you something, you know? I think they all teach you something about yourself, and yeah, it just goes back to like who makes you happy to hang out with, or like, yeah, I think I said that right. If that doesn't make sense, I apologize. Make friends. I didn't, going into freshman year, I didn't know any other freshmen. I knew like one person. And so I kind of struggled making friends definitely towards the end of the year, because then I did cheer and then I did track, and I met more people, and especially through track, I really enjoyed that. Just like in a social way. It helped me meet a lot of new people, and then I like sat with some of the girls that I knew for lunch. And yeah, I think that was really beneficial for me, because just like helps with my mindset and just like mental health. You know, I feel like friends, especially the right friends, I will say that, because there are some people who just like make you less happy, but good friends really help with your mental health. I am a big proponent of that. I don't know if that's comfortable for my, like, whatever. Make friends. I think this whole keeps coming back to my like I love my little YOLO mindset of just like talk to people. My friends and I have done a lot of side questing, and we'll just like talk to strangers, and maybe it's different to do in high school because maybe you don't want to look like such a weirdo, but it's also like you have one life, live it. I don't know, just see where your boundaries are. See where like how comfortable are you with potentially being judged if it's what you want to do. I think that's something you can figure out for yourself, you know? Some things I just have here are just like talk to people, be nice, be yourself. I think this was something I really struggled with because I was like, well, I don't know who I am, and I don't like, I'm scared of them not liking me, all the things. Really, the reason it's such like, I keep coming back to it, is it's such like a game changer for me. It's really like changed my life, of just this idea of live life for you, live life to make yourself happy. And that's why just like I keep coming back to it. But talk to people because you want to talk to people. Compliment people. I feel like this is a really easy one, of just like, this is, my dad would always tell me to do this, and I'd be like, yeah, dad, sure, okay. But honestly, he's onto something, you know, and I think I knew that, and I was probably just too stubborn to admit it, but that's okay. Compliment people, ask them where they got their, ask, like, okay, let's say a conversation goes like, hey, I like your shirt, or your shirt's really cute, where'd you get it from? Something like that. And then you can just like talk back and forth. Not saying that was really not a good example. Maybe forget I said that. That would be great. Thank you very much. But yeah, I think compliments can go a long way. Just be nice to people, you know? I feel like that's something that's really easy to do. At least for me. I like being nice to people. I get really sad when people, like, I get really scared if people are mad at me, but that's maybe going to people-pleasing territory. So, whatever. That's kind of everything I have on my list today, but friends, and then friends can help you make other friends, and you can ask people, like, oh, yeah, just like, can I sit with you? and you can just like make more friends from that. And that's basically all I have written for today. Last night I just wrote down like, okay, who are some people like, because I want my high school experience to be like, I have a bunch of different friend groups. Like, I'm not in a specific friend group, but I have a bunch of different ones. Unless like I find a specific friend group that I really, really enjoy. I'm not against that at all. But I want to make a lot of friends, have a bunch of different experiences. So those are my intentions. Those are my goals for the school year, sophomore year. I hope this video helped in any way, shape, or form. Thank you so much for listening to the second episode of Here to Bloom, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you. Love.